Welcome to WinsDay Evening Encore. So, during my Wednesday post, I named a tension that rarely looks like a problem. It usually looks like participation. We're talking about speaking more, showing up more, producing more. And in most environments, that reads as alignment. It reads as relevance. It reads as leadership. But underneath that movement sits a quieter pressure. It's the pressure to be seen before a definition has settled. And when that pressure persists, something very subtle begins to shift. Expression starts moving ahead of position. Now, nothing looks wrong. Output continues. Presence expands. But direction can begin to thin without anyone naming it. This shows up first in how leaders speak publicly. Messages go out consistently, but fewer of them anchor to something stable. Language begins to widen. Statements try to hold multiple meanings all at once. A leader may feel slightly less precise, each time they explain what they do, but the environment rewards continuation, not refinement. It stays hidden because activity produces proof. Visibility increases, invitations increase, conversations multiply. From the outside, it looks like positioning. But from the inside, it can feel like drift. Over time, recognition may begin attracting to things that were never intentionally claimed. A leader might hear their name used in ways that feel slightly off-centered, but not enough to interrupt. The cost arrives gradually. The cost is not loss of attention. The cost is dilution of definition. And when definition softens, decisions stretch longer. When position blurs, identity has to work harder to hold itself together. And it keeps going. Because nothing breaks, nothing collapses, nothing demands correction. Visibility keeps moving forward, even as the direction slowly diverges. What are you currently known for that you never consciously chose? Now, if this was a live episode or a live seminar where we're sitting down and talking, where we can hear everyone speak, patterns will begin to surface very quietly. Some people will start talking about how their public presence expanded faster than their internal clarity. Others would recognize that their most visible work is not the work that they feel most aligned with. Someone might notice how often they respond to opportunities instead of defining what they want to be seen for. Another might describe the slow shift from intentional messaging to habitual communication. Perhaps there would be stories of leaders who, once spoke with sharp edges and now speak in wider, safer language. Of reputations that formed gradually without deliberate authorship. Some would notice how difficult it feels to re-narrow once the expansion has occurred. Others will recognize a quiet fatigue. The quiet fatigue that comes from maintaining visibility without stable definition. No one will call it failure. They will call it perhaps subtle misalignment. And it's not dramatic enough to disrupt, but it's persistent enough to reshape identity over time. Now, the pattern would sound reasonable, and that's why they persist. Now, this tension does not need to be corrected here. It does not require immediate refinement. And you could carry it back with you without narrowing anything tonight. Yet, just notice where expressions move faster than position. And where whatever needs to become precise becomes precise in its own time.